Welcome to my channel. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My name is John. Now, I have been feeling a lot better than I have in the past couple of weeks, but I will still be appearing off a screen during this video. But anyway, I have something good for you, so let me get right into it. So I'm going to talk about the new album by Saxon. The name of the album is Carpe Diem. It's their 23rd studio album, released on February 4th, 2022. Album was produced by Andy Sneap, and he is the Judas Priest guitarist, but he's also a producer who worked with Exodus and Accept and many others. So first I want to talk about my personal history with this band. For some reason or another, when I was getting into heavy metal, I had never heard of this band. It might have to do with the fact that I grew up in the United States, but this band was not, or maybe they were, I don't remember, like on the radio or Headbangers Ball or anything like that, and for some reason I never really listened to this band. I discovered this band about 5 or 6 years ago. I started listening to some of the early albums and actually listened to the most recent one, Thunderbolt, when that came out in 2018. That's about 4 years ago. And I thought it was pretty good. You know, last year they released the covers album, and I did a full review of that on my channel, and you could also look that one up if you would like to as well. I also been listening to the entire discography these past few weeks, and I realized that this is one of those bands that did get better over time. I enjoyed their later output very much, and this album, Carpe Diem, continues with that heavy metal sound. According to frontman and co-founder Biff Byford, it all starts with the riff. If the riff speaks to me, then we're on our way. It's a very intense album, and that's all down to the fact that the essence of a great metal song is the riff that starts it, and this album has loads of them. He also stated this album was created at a time when everything was very difficult. For example, Biff Byford had a heart attack in 2019. After that, it was COVID. But fortunately, they did start writing and recording before the COVID pandemic. And at one point, he was actually writing from his hospital bed. Many of the songs on the album stemmed from the frustration of not being able to do anything during the pandemic. I'm going to talk about the songs right now. I'll just go through them track by track, and let's get through this. So the first song is called Carpe Diem, Seize the Day. This was the first single. It was released about a month or so ago. It's a very heavy song. It starts with a slow building, almost tribal drum beat, and it brings you up to the main riff. It's a very heavy metal guitar style riff, reminding me of that Painkiller era Judas Priest, and the whole song is very heavy. The vocals are very good, also has lots of melody. The choruses are memorable, and there are 2 solos that are good, just very heavy metal solos, and the heavy metal distorted guitars in the background, so this is a good start to the album. The second song is called Age of Steam. This is another very heavy song. The introduction is a little more complex with a very full sound, but the main riff is very heavy and crunchy. The song is upbeat, it's fast-paced, the drums sound very good with lots of energy. There are a few riffs towards the end of the song, kind of remind me a little of those classic Iron Maiden riffs. All in all, a good song and very heavy. The next song is called Pilgrimage, and this is a power ballad. I like it a lot. It really captures the sound of those 80s power ballads. I'm thinking of something like Badlands by Metal Church. Those types of songs you would watch on Headbangers Ball. It starts with a pick strings of clean chords with sustained power chords, slowly building up to the rest of the song. The song moves at a mid-pace, but I enjoyed it a lot because it captures that 80s style. The next song is called Dambusters, and this is a song that's just very short, to the point. It has a very heavy riff, almost a thrash metal riff. It has a runtime of 3 minutes and 20 seconds. During that time, it's just straight heaviness with a great beat, great lyrics, and great vocals, so I thought this was pretty good as well. The next song is called Remember the Fallen. This was the second single that was released. The song itself is a straightforward heavy metal, similar to something from their previous studio album, which was Thunderbolt from 2018. Now the song itself is quite controversial as well. It talks about the entire COVID pandemic. The music video shows lots of images of news reports, people getting tested, people with masks, images of masks on the ground. I like it a lot. It's just a very straight, heavy song, and very good song. The next song is called Supernova. It's another traditional heavy metal song. I like the guitars on this one. It has a fast-paced heavy riff. Also has the rhythm guitar played in a cleaner tone with melodic lead guitars in the forefront. I like the lyrical content. It kind of has like an apocalyptic feel. After that is Lady in Grey, and it's a heavy metal song. It moves at a slower pace. It has a slightly darker tone. The use of what I believe are kind of keyboards kind of creates those like sound textures. Made me feel a little of those like Dio albums from the 80s. Has like a heavy and dark tone. The next song is called All for One. It's a good song. It has everything that we've been hearing throughout the entire album. It's fast-paced, heavy guitars, energetic drum beats. Not much more to say about it. Nothing groundbreaking, but an enjoyable song. After that is Living on the Limit. It's a short song, a very dense song. It packs lots of guitar riffs and different changes here and there with the lead guitar playing. So it's a pretty good song. The album closes with Black as the Night, a very dark and heavy song, but it has like an environmental message. There are some like very heavy, palm muted, like thrash metal style riffs in the song, but also some parts of the song that are more like atmospheric. You hear the bass guitar, the pace slows down, the guitar solo moves to the forefront. So as a final song, I think it's very good. It's just a little slower paced, but it is heavy at the same time. In conclusion, I remember back in 2018 when All the Rage was the new Judas Priest album, Firepower, and that came out early in the year. But I remember somebody mentioning online saying that the new Saxon album was better than that, and I had never heard of it. I think they were released like about like a month within each other. But I checked out the Thunderbolt album, and it's just a very heavy album, kind of in the same style as Firepower by Judas Priest. So I think the same applies to Carpe Diem. It's a continuum of that sound on the Thunderbolt, just raw, heavy metal. The album is just very enjoyable. As a final score, I'll give it an 8 out of 10. Let me know in the comments section what you thought of this album. So that is all. Please remember, like, comment, subscribe. This is JC Rock and Metal Reviews. My next two reviews should be the new album by Korn and the new album by Venom Prison that everybody has been raving about, or at least the ones who have listened to it already. So anyway, thanks for watching, and I'll see you all in the next one.